Hello everyone, it's Queen Vane back to you with another video. This video is an update to the Kei'Mani Latigue story. Before I begin, I would like to extend my continued support and condolences to the family and community as you are grieving the loss of your loved one at this time, in addition to the families who are currently missing a loved one at this time. As previously reported, her father, Darnell Jones, who also goes by the name of Ogletree, is the prime suspect in the unfortunate missing and unfortunate homicide of the 13-year-old child. Darnell Jones Ogletree was indicted on the following charges, which includes 4 counts of aggravated homicide, 2 counts of SA, 3 counts of kidnapping, 1 count of aggravated burglary, 2 counts of endangering children, 1 count of gross abuse of a corpse, and 2 counts of tampering with evidence. On July 2nd, 2025, Darnell Jones Ogletree appeared in court for a pre-trial hearing. Ogletree remained bound to a wheelchair after being touched in March by a Columbus SWAT officer during his arrest. Judge Golding began the hearing by asking Jones Ogletree how was he feeling, to which he replied, "I'm okay." The judge, defense, and the state talked through multiple points of discovery or evidence. Prosecutors said approximately 98% of discovery has been issued as they wait on 2 supplemental reports and an expert report before full discovery is turned over to the defense. The state said the discovery is about 2,500 pages and approximately 459 gigabytes. Another item discussed was whether or not to issue a written gag order, which was first brought up during Jones Ogletree's arraignment. Judge Golding said he doesn't feel the court needs it and think it would be premature and overkill to issue one. A gag order is issued to restrict those involved in a legal case from talking about the case publicly, and it would limit pre-trial publicity that could hinder jury selection. Since Darnell Jones Ogletree is still in a wheelchair, is taking multiple medications for pain, and because of a laundry list of mental health issues that were brought up by Jones Ogletree at his arraignment, Judge Golden brought up whether a capability evaluation should be considered. Defense attorney Calcus objected to a capability evaluation and said, "I can tell the court with confidence that at 3:28 on July 2nd, Jones Ogletree understands the nature of the proceedings and is willing an active participant and useful in his own defense." The defense said it will also be filing a motion for an extra attorney in the case. Darnell Jones Ogletree is scheduled to be back in court on July 28th, 2025 at 9 a.m. for another pretrial hearing. In a previous pretrial hearing on May 23rd, 2025, his trial was also tentatively scheduled for April 20th, 2026. It should be noted that Jones Ogletree pled not guilty. As previously reported, the case against Jones Ogletree is a criminal capital homicide case, meaning he is eligible for the unalive penalty. It's Lucas County's first capital homicide case in more than a decade. As previously reported, Kei'Mani Latigue went missing in the early morning hours of March 18th before her body was discovered on March 24th, 2025. The Lucas County Coroner's Office stated that Kei'Mani's unaliving was a homicide caused by multiple deep cuts to her neck. The indictment read in part, Darnell Jones Ogletree, on or about March 17th through March 18th, 2025, did purposely and with prior calculation and design cause the unaliving of Kei'Mani Latigue. According to a refiled affidavit, Darnell Jones Ogletree allegedly admitted to detectives that he inflicted the wound that caused Kei'Mani Latigue's unaliving, which was caused by a large laceration to her neck caused by a bladed instrument. The document would also claim that Jones Ogletree allegedly admitted to detectives that he dragged Kei'Mani Latigue involuntarily to the vacant house where he ultimately unalived her. It should be noted that less than a month after the discovery of Kei'Mani Latigue's body, the house where her body was discovered, the house was burnt and is currently under investigation. Again, continued condolences and support to the Latigue family as you guys are grieving the loss of this child and the community that has been impacted due to this loss. These are my thoughts. What was the reason for Darnell Jones Ogletree and his attorneys to bring up his mental health in previous hearings in which the judge gave them literally a lifeline to showcase if he is capable of sound mind? And they objected not once, not twice, to the point where the judge had to ask the defendant, Darnell Jones Ogletree, is he okay with the compatibility evaluation not moving forward? To which the defense attorney stated, I can tell the court with complete confidence that Jones Ogletree understands the nature of the proceedings and is a willing and active participant and useful in his own defense. In addition to the defense filing a new motion for an extra attorney in the case, which leads me to believe that the defense, using his mental health issues in the past, was a smokescreen because the defendant in this case was of sound mind when he unfortunately unalived his own child. So let us cut the BS of using mental health as a weapon in these court proceedings. Now, this could come back to bite the defense once this case is over, because the judge was going to allow them to using his mental health as probable cause for this unfortunate situation. But since they objected, stating that they have complete confidence in his defense, in his own defense, it leads me to believe that all of these mental health issues were not the issue during the unfortunate unaliving of 13-year-old Kei'Mani Latigue. As I've previously stated, this monster, I'm going to continue calling these monsters monsters because this monster had previous cases laid before him, so he had no business being out in society, let alone being around children. And if his family knew of his mental health issues, then he had no business being around Kei'Mani Latigue. This man has abused persons in the past, so he had no business being around Kei'Mani Latigue. The alarm was being rung by multiple persons, whether it was Kei'Mani Latigue's former teachers, her classmates' parents, the bus driver, everybody around this child outside of the home rang the alarm because they realized something was off. Child services was not doing their due diligence by checking in on Kei'Mani Latigue, and now we are here. I find it odd that any time these unfortunate stories come to light, there were always warning signs. There was always someone outside of the home or someone close to the victim that was ringing the alarm, and the entities that was supposed to check in and protecting these babies were not doing their due diligence. We have to get out of this mindset of thinking that it's not my child, it's not my business, or it's not a high priority on my list when these allegations come to pass. We must address the biases that is set against our children when these allegations come to pass and the system conveniently denies their allegations. And now we are left here once again wondering how we could have protected this child. We must have these unfortunate conversations because if we remain silent, they will continue and we will continue to see the same results. According to Black and Missing Inc. in 2023, an estimated 224,706 persons of color were reported missing. Of that group, 162,755 were under the age of 18. Yet, missing minority children are grossly underreported in the news, which means it is our responsibilities when these news flashes of missing persons, regardless of age, comes across our social media feed. It is up to us as the user to be mindful of the misinformation, disinformation, aka lying, as it does affect the missing persons case and it does affect their loved ones and community members who are waiting for their safe return home. Every second, every minute, every hour, every day, every week is critical to a missing persons case. We must get back into the habit of looking out for thy neighbor. I will leave in the comments and description below for organizations and hotlines as it pertains to missing persons cases, in addition to child mistreatment and child neglect hotlines. And as always, find our people, protect Black children, known and unknown. Say their names. Say her name, Kei'Mani Latigue. Justice for Kei'Mani Latigue. And as always, please be safe out here. And I will see you in the next video.